God is dawn, God is dawn, God is dawn. Like and subscribe, comment some nights. It's love in this light. Here's God is dawn, God is dawn, God is dawn.
Hello, world. Welcome, or welcome back. I'm Goddess Dawn. It's Monday, November 23rd, 2020. And I'm here with an article I came across the other day. It's about the COVID-19 vaccination that's currently in the works. Reports say that the vaccine is being worked on by several different companies and it's to roll out en masse by spring of 2021. I've spoken on this in previous lives or videos about how many people are, that people are excited about the vaccine and about getting back to life, quote unquote, and wanting their kids back in school full time. But on the flip side of that, there's many who are not ready for this vaccine, do not want no parts of this vaccine, and have made up their minds that they're not standing in line for it. But what will be the consequence though for this decision? All of this is just talk, of course. But according to this article, a top UK politician is speaking out and making it clear that he feels that those who don't vaccinate could be banned from work, social venues, and travel. So I'm just going to bring up the article. I'm not going to read the whole thing, just some of it. It says, top UK politician, workplaces, social venues may ban Britons without vaccination certificates. It says a senior conservative MP has said it is possible that once mass vaccination is underway, workplaces and social venues may ban entry to those who do not have a certificate to prove they have been vaccinated against COVID-19. Goes on to say that earlier this week, drug firms Pfizer and BioNTech revealed that their coronavirus vaccine was more than 90% effective at preventing the infection. So this is why people are talking about it, because it seems like coming together. And there was a representative, Tom Tugendhat, speaking to HuffPost UK. He said that if there's a nationwide rollout of a vaccine, he could imagine that employers and social venues, such as pubs and restaurants, may demand to see certificates of vaccination, comparing it to conditions on entry to certain countries. Now, Tom Tugendhat said here is the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Select Committee in the House of Commons. I don't know what the heck that is, but it sounds like it's a pretty high position. He goes on to say, if vaccination works and if we're confident it's safe and all indications so far are good, then I can certainly see the day when businesses say, look, you've got to return to the office. And if you're not vaccinated, you're not coming in. Tugendhat told HuffPost Common People podcast. He went on to say, and I can certainly see social venues asking for vaccination certificates. I remember when I used to travel rather more than I do now. When you go into certain countries, you had to show a yellow fever certificate. And if you did not have a yellow fever certificate, you weren't allowed in the country. And that was that. There was no debates, no appeals, and no further requests. And I can see a situation where, yes, of course, you're free not to have the vaccine, but there are consequences, he says. So it sounds like he's basing this on some personal experiences. And they already mentioned that he was a conservative. And this is, again, the UK, which is why we're not under their regime, because it's more of it's a dictatorship, more so. It goes on to say on whether public government-run services may be denied to those who are not vaccinated. Tugendhat says it would depend on what the public services were and who and when. So I wouldn't want to start predicting. But I do think if things are shown to be safe, then rejecting them when they have a wider effect on the whole of society is going to have consequences. So it goes on to say that, during the first lockdown in April, the health secretary there, Matt Hancock, he said that his department was looking into immunity certificates. And this would be for those who had antibodies so that they could leave restrictions and get back to normal life as far as that was possible. He even went on to suggest that people wear immunity bracelets. So, there's a lot of things to be said about this. I know that some consider this to be just conspiracy theory BS. And call me a conspiracy theorist if you wish. However, this doesn't sound very far-fetched from what I see coming. And a lot of us do know too that, this whole government situation, we have been moving towards a one world government for quite some time. So if something is going on in one country, you have to be aware and on the lookout, because that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay in that country. So with this, it was an eye opener for me to see this in print, when this has in the past only been really just talk and, certain videos on YouTube that are, narrated and who people again deem to be conspiracy. This is in originally it was in the Daily Mail UK. I don't typically read Breitbart. He is like a super far right conservative nut job as far as I'm concerned, but the article itself I felt is legit as far as a concern. Now, regarding the travel situation, it's already on the table. There's a head of an Australian airline that was in the news also, and they call it a COVID-19 passport, which would confirm that the traveler has been vaccinated, allowing them to travel. I'm telling y'all, COVID is bringing about changes that will affect humanity on many different levels from here on out. Much more than what we're seeing currently. I don't see anything that's been changed because of COVID going back to what it was. I mean, honestly, our democracy is being challenged, even with Trump and his taking all this time to concede and all the lawsuits. Even though lawsuits by presidents who have lost is not uncommon. It's just the way that he went about it. But I'm keeping an eye on this, and I'll continue to bring you updates. I'm going to leave it here. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by. Let me know what your thoughts are on the matter. Thank you as always, though. Till next time, peace.